Good morning, Collective and Soul Tribe. Today is Thursday, January 8th. I hope you guys are having a really good day so far today. I will be pulling some tarot and oracle messages for January 8th and to see what you guys could be needing to know for today. Just an FYI, I'm still dealing with my sinus infection. So I'm a little bit congested. Obviously, if I pause the video, it's because I don't want to blow my nose and, sneeze and all that stuff. I don't need you guys to hear all of that. So I do apologize if you guys, see me pausing the video here and there. But anyways, let's get into it. I hope you guys are having a really good day so far. We are basically almost at the end of the week. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow will be Friday. So, the weekend is right around the corner. So let's see what messages you guys might need to know. All right, guys. So, Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective for January 8th? What messages can you give the collective for January 8th? What clarity do they need to know for today? Please protect and guide the collective whenever they see this video or message. And also, please help guide them in whatever it is that they're looking for answers. So, Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective for January 8th? What do they need to know for January 8th, please? What does the collective need to know for January 8th? What messages do you have for January 8th for the collective soul tribe? Thank you. So the first card of the deck is the Strength card, okay? For some of you that resonate with the Strength card, there is something about your courage, your energy, your passion, your inner strength and resilience, okay? So there is something about financial stability showing up in the energy, but there is something about you, shifting. This could be a foundation shift within yourself or, around your, energy or around you, but there is something about self-confidence that you guys are stepping into, and this is talking about 8th house, okay? So the 8th house talks about death, transformations, rebirths. This could be about, your legacies, inheritance, even when it comes to corporate money, right? Anything to do with basically assets or anything to do with material, right? There's something about, changing, right? So you could be joining ventures with someone else, or there could be something about intimacy that's very significant when it comes to meeting different people, talking to different people and, getting to know people on a deeper level, right? So for some of you guys, the Strength card is very significant. There could have been certain things that you had to go through, where you had to show up very strong. For some of you guys, this could be leadership. Some of you guys could be, into leadership, but also in this playful energy, okay? And then we also have the infinity symbol also showing up in the image. So there is something about divine source that's very significant when it comes to, infinite potential, or even when it comes to your drive, being able to move forward. So there is something about fire energy. Even if you don't have Leo placements, there is something about fire energy and having that discipline when it comes to moving forward and having that strength, being able to overcome any challenges, being able to face those challenges. I mean, I understand that we're all adults. Some of us are young adults. Some of us are, a little bit older. Some of us are in the middle. But at the end of the day, when it comes to strength, it doesn't really matter what you're going through. Everything is about perspective. Everybody goes through something. It's not a competition, right? So somebody could be having a really bad day, and even though you may not understand why they're having a bad day, it's bad for them. Okay, having compassion and understanding people's strengths, weaknesses, things like that is very understandable. So even if you don't understand why that person is stressing out or going through what they're going through, at the end of the day, having compassion for people and sympathizing for people, it makes sense, okay? Because when the coin flips or when the shoe is on the other foot and you need that support, You know, you don't want to be that person that was treating other people, you know, with lack of compassion. When the time comes to you and you need it, then that's when you kind of start to see things from a different perspective as well. So at the end of the day, strength can come in different forms. It can be physically, it can be emotionally. Just because someone doesn't look like what they've gone through doesn't mean that they're not going through something, and it doesn't mean that, you know, they're not facing any challenges just because they show up very strong. Okay, so we have here the Knight of Cups, okay? When it comes to Pisces energies, for some of you now, this could be about your creativity. You guys could be stepping into new creative endeavors, okay? This could be bringing in financial opportunities for you. Now, for some of you guys, these creative, you know, endeavors could be you drawing or painting or doing poetry or spoken word, which is kind of like, you know, poetry, but being able to showcase your skills, your talents, you know, things that you're very interested in, right? This could be about romance, this could be about anything, but there is this Knight of Cups energy where some of you guys could be tapping more into your artistic, you know, artistic side and not really thinking about things logically, but doing things from the heart could be very significant. The number 12 could resonate for some of you as well when it comes to 1212. There is something about, you know, having harmony through growth. So there is something about the student of balance, okay? Some of you guys could be learning new things. You guys could be, you know, being interested in cultures or traditions and things like that, but also having respect for those cultures and traditions, okay? So Page of Pentacles, for some of you, you guys could be really young, but then again, you guys could be also grounded. You guys are stepping into something new where you guys could be building a new opportunity or stepping into a new opportunity. This could be a new job, a career, but whatever it is that you're stepping into, it could be something that you love to do, and it could be tied into your artistic pursuits. Okay, so you could be showing up as someone who's very dependable as well when it comes to your emotions and how you carry yourself, okay? Being open to learn new things and being open to, you know, jump into new opportunities is also significant as well. So again, take what resonates with that. It may not resonate for everybody, but being able to step into new opportunities without having any fear is what's going to allow you to have, you know, more abundance coming towards you. So some of you guys may resonate with the Knight of Wands, okay, 12 again. So 12 could be very significant. Maybe you guys are seeing a lot of 11s, 1s, 2s, 12s. But Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is very significant when it comes to your courage, okay? Some people may feel like you're very rebellious, but at the same time, you are free-spirited, okay? But you could also be going into something that's new. Like I said, when it comes to career opportunities, whatever it is that you are passionate about, this is you taking a leap of faith, stepping into a new adventure. This could be a financial risk for some of you guys, okay? But again, even if it is a financial risk, there's something about you still moving forward. So that's where the Strength card is showing up for some of you. Now, when it comes to timelines, right, there could be something happening, like, for example, with the with the 8th house in the Strength card, right? For some of you guys, when it comes to fire energy, there's something about 8 days to weeks, maybe that could be significant, and also maybe 8 to 12. So there is something about like 8 to 12 days or weeks that could be very significant as well for some of you guys based on the messages that are coming out here. Now, if we're going to talk about 12th and 11th house, 12th and 11th house talks about, you know, friendships and groups, you know, social awareness, technology, social media, okay? Now, for some of you guys, when it comes to your gifts and you being recognized for your gifts, this is about spirituality and healing. So this could be about you showing up as someone who is an old soul. Old age could be very significant. Maybe you guys deal with a lot of people who are a little bit older than you, or there's something about past life energy that could be coming up as well. So there's something about, you know, you learning more about your past life, understanding what it is that you've done in your past life and how this affects you in this current timeline. Okay, so South Node and North Node could be very significant for some of you as well, when it comes to you learning more about your past life and who you were in the past and why you are here today and how it affects you and how to move forward. Okay, so again, when it comes to your energy, that could be very significant. Now, we have here Page of Swords, okay? So this is about you being very curious, okay? You exploring communication, learning is very significant. Some of you guys could be receiving a financial message. So this could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So this could be about communication. Some of you guys may have Gemini placements, or you guys could be dealing with someone who has Gemini placements. But if that's not the case, this is about communication, okay? Being adaptable, being able to be alert, and also inspiring other people as well. So again, 11, if you were looking at 1111, this is about your intuition. For some of you guys could have gone through, again, another awakening, or there's something about divine alignment that is showing up in the energy. Also, for some of you guys with 1212, like I said, whatever intuition that you guys are going through, that awakening, spiritual awakening, or having a psychic insight, there is something about you having like a teacher vibration. So your sole purpose for some of you are to be teachers, or are to showcase your talents and skills to other people so that they can learn from you. Okay, now for some of you guys, now this could be about balancing out your masculine and feminine energy. So yeah, like I was saying before I paused the video, this is about you balancing your masculine and feminine energy. Okay, now I'm gonna see what these other cards are before I, get the other oracle messages. But at the bottom of the deck, we have Knight of Pentacles, okay? Another 12 number. So making choices could be very significant too about what it is that you would like to do and how you would like to move forward, as I mentioned before. But we also have the Star. Okay, this is about being positive, staying positive, okay? Even if things don't look like it's working in your favor, it may not look like that in the 3D, but in the 5D, it is being orchestrated, okay? So having faith, having hope that, things will change, being more positive that your outcome or circumstance will change, is very significant for some. For some of you guys that resonate with number 17, which equals 8, this is talking about stepping into your power, and this is about you manifesting through your faith. Okay, so even if you feel like you may not believe in certain things, okay, there is something about having spiritual leadership and having faith within your situation, okay, having a vision with your situation, okay, partnering with the universe so that you and the universe can have that partnership so that you can move forward. Okay, so you having partnership with the universe is what's helping you with your abundance, with your ideas, inspirations. Okay, so again, some of you guys could be seeing that energy, whether if it's not physical, it could be in the 5D. So this could be through your dreams, your visions. Sometimes you guys could be, in a still, quiet moment, and then something comes up, right? So we also have the Queen of Cups. So some of you guys, like I said, you guys are empaths. You guys are very emotional counselors. Maybe you guys are coaches or teachers, but whatever it is that you guys are doing, you are being supported to move forward in that direction. For some of you guys that are into, learning about the human mind, learning about REM sleep, learning about why the body does what it does, or why humans do the things that they do, right? Again, some of you guys may have a different interest, but for those who are interested in, the mind, the human body, how it is, what happens to our bodies or our minds when, when we're in stillness or when we're on the other side, that could be something that you guys are very into, and that could be very dark to other people who are not into that kind of stuff, but it doesn't mean that it's not something to learn, okay? Just like how life, people are interested about life, living long and being young and all that stuff. Why can't it be the same for those who are interested in the afterlife, okay? Learning about the afterlife and understanding what the afterlife is about. And not only that, respecting both sides, okay? A lot of people don't realize this in spirituality, but in spirituality, we have to respect both sides, okay? Even if you're doing divination, you have to respect the living and you have to respect the dead. That's just what it is, okay? But yeah, that could be confirmation when it comes to understanding the energy, being an empath, having that compassion, and being able to understand people on a very deeper level. Okay, not about surface, not about face value, what they have, what they can give you, but more on an emotional, deeper level. Okay, so King of Wands is very significant with this energy. Like I said, leadership could be very significant. Some of you guys are stepping into leadership when it comes to what it is you're building. Also, when it comes to helping people awaken, you could be helping people, basically awaken to their highest power without even realizing it. And sometimes people don't realize it too, but there's more to life than just working. Okay, there's more to life than just working, coming home, taking care of kids, you know what I mean? And I get it. Sometimes we don't have enough time, but we have to make time. Okay, you don't want to be in a situation where you're 90 or you're 80. God for hopefully, God fearing that we live that long, right? Some people may not want to, but God fearing that we do live that long, right? You don't want to be at that age and say to yourself, I wish I did the things that I desired, okay? So receiving clarity could be very significant as well when it comes to what it is that you want. And like I said, you don't want to wait until life is at that point and you start to say, I wish I did this. I wish I could have did that. I wish I had time. I wish, when you could be doing it right now. Okay, so you guys could be receiving clarity about your journey and where it is that you need to go. You following your journey could be something that you guys are receiving clarity about as well. So that could be confirmation for some of you guys too, okay? So Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective at this time? Thank you. So yeah, some of you guys are lighting that match. You guys are lighting that spark, okay? When it comes to your energy, you guys are stepping into courage, okay? Being more courageous, all right? Now, this is coming up again as confirmation for some of you guys that need that confirmation when it comes to the Strength card, okay? You guys are lighting up that spark, that fire. This could be about ideas. This could be about taking action. Now, there is something about being the star, okay? Following your beacon, shining your light, being a lighthouse could be very significant, but sharing your ideas and inspirations to people is you being a light to them, you being a beacon of light, okay? You may not realize that you are a beacon of light to other people, but that is confirmation based on the message. And then again, some of you guys, again, we're going through a season of change, right? So again, I've talked about us, going in stillness, going within, trying to go through introspection, kind of understanding, what it is that we desire and kind of moving forward on that, okay? Even if it comes down to, understanding our needs and wants. This could be about moving. This could be about a career change. This could be anything, okay? Basically, what it is that we're trying to do things that make us happy. There's no more people pleasing. There's no more, extending ourselves when we don't receive that same energy back, okay? Being smart about how we exchange energy with other people is very significant. You don't want to be burnt out either. So that could be confirmation for some of you guys too. And being burnt out is not fun, okay? Been there, done that, guys. Like, you don't want to feel burnt out, okay? You want to be able to have enough energy to do what makes you happy, right? And again, even when it comes to family, like kids, some people who have kids, and I can't really speak on it that much. I can only speak on experiences from either people that I've met in my life or people that I've known, okay? And when it comes down to having kids, if you're not in a same household with your partner or your spouse or whoever you're with, it is harder to have a kid and co-parent, especially if you're co-parenting with somebody who unfortunately doesn't have the same views or respect as you when it comes to co-parenting. And another thing too is you guys can still co-parent even if you guys don't respect each other's views. There's still something about having mutual respect just for the child itself, right? You want to have respect for the kid, but that doesn't mean that you guys have to stay together and be together and, pretend to live a lifestyle or wear a mask, right? And that's just an example. It's like everyone has freedom to do what makes them happy. So if you want to co-parent with somebody, for example, you don't have to live with them, you don't have to be with them. But for some people who do co-parenting, they may realize that the person that they're co-parenting with, they don't have the same views, right? So again, when it comes to mutual respect, when it comes to, doing what makes you happy, shining your light, being positive, that could trigger a lot of people as well, right? So some of you guys could be going through a season of change, okay? While you're going through the season of change, you may not be bringing certain people with you, and that's okay, right? You may still speak to certain people from afar, but the same energy that you used to give people in the past, they're not receiving that anymore, okay? So again, when it comes to like you going through a season of change, you guys are focusing on your creativity at this time, okay? You've surrendered, to the universe, and you started working on yourself. You started working on, your dreams, your goals, right? So creativity is very significant. The color purple with the crown chakra is significant when it comes to your creativity. Some of you guys could be, like I said, starting something new, building something new, but entrepreneurship is very significant. You guys are starting a new life, okay? So the Ankh symbol could be very significant. Some of you guys may resonate with the Ankh symbol, or some of you guys may have like a tattoo or a symbol like a cross, for example. That could be confirmation as well for some of you guys, watching this video. But like I said, you guys could be starting a new life, okay? Starting a new life could be you starting a new job, a career, moving, building your own family, moving to another country, whatever it is, right? But you guys are starting a new life. You guys are starting a new chapter, something new, okay? The number 4 is very significant. Maybe you guys are born on the 4th. This could be the 4th end of any day of the month, or this could be the 4th month, which is April. So take what resonates with that. And also when it comes to spring, okay, seasons changing, spring, renewals, okay, new beginnings, etc. So that could be confirmation for some of you guys when it comes to you guys stepping into something new, having strength to move forward and know that everything will be okay, right? So yeah, this card says yes, okay? So the first card that flew out with all the other cards, it's a big yes, okay? This is a big yes, big confirmation. As you notice, there's the sun and the moon, okay? So some of you guys may have fire and water placements, or there's something about luminaries that are very significant. So I would like to say that luminaries remind me of Leo and Cancer placements. Some of you guys may have Cancer and Leo placements. If that's not the case, you guys are stepping into this this Leo leadership energy, being very playful, being very charismatic, and also when it comes to that water energy, because again, the moon represents Cancer, okay? But we have water energy here as well. So some of you guys could be water placements as well, or have water placements in your big 3 or 6, but take what resonates with that. That is a big yes for confirmation. I'm going to get one more card and end it. Yeah, so there is something better, okay? So yeah, you guys are stepping into newer opportunities. There is something better. Some of you guys may doubt that there might not be something better, but this is confirmation, especially with you guys stepping into your creativity and also your creative flow. Okay, the more that you step into your creative flow, the more that you are connected to your higher self, right? A lot of people don't realize this, but you starting a business, and again, not everybody wants to start a business, okay? It's not for everybody, and I get that, right? But for some of you guys, when it comes to starting something new and not having fear, jumping into newer things, there is something about entrepreneurship that some of you guys may not realize, that you are actually connecting to your highest self. Okay, when you do a job that you love to do, especially if it's entrepreneurship, okay, even if you guys like, for example, maybe you're into animals, right? And say you're a teacher. Some of you guys could be teaching and you may not feel 100% whole with what you're doing. So you may enjoy working with kids, but there's something about the work that you're doing that's not fulfilling. And say, for example, you go back to school, or you take a course, you get a certificate, whatever it is, to build your, your experiences, and you work at a animal shelter or clinic, right? And you feel more fulfilled there. This is what I'm talking about when I say to you guys, look at your chart, understand your chart, understand what you like, you don't like, and that can kind of maybe make it easier for you guys to move forward, okay? A lot of people who use astrology use it to help them to move forward, okay, to help their future self, right? And that is something that I'm encouraging you guys to do, because the more that you guys get to know about yourself, okay, the better it is for you, okay? Having people tell you what to do is because they're living their dreams through you. You need to live your dreams through yourself, okay? So at the bottom of the deck, we have If You Believe, okay? But I'm going to end it here, guys. Obviously, take what resonates with you, whenever you see the video or messages. But as I've mentioned before, there is something about something happening, within the next few days. This could be within the next few weeks, okay? But take what resonates with that. And also, Pentacles represents months, okay? So, weeks to months could also be very significant as well, where there is something about patience and also, waiting. For some of you guys that are in the stagnancy, period of waiting, there is something about you guys maybe moving your body more. This could be you dancing, walking, whatever it is, so that you don't feel like time is moving really slow. That could be confirmation for some of you guys as well. All right, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching up until this point of the video. I'm going to just stop the video because I'm getting so congested. But yeah, thank you for the love and the support that you guys have been giving and sharing. I appreciate that, and I will see you guys next time. All right, guys, love you guys so much, and have a wonderful Thursday. Bye.